laying the foundations for the birth of Western civilization with its values of democracy, philosophy, and the arts. The conflict between Persia and Greece serves as a clear reminder that when the human spirit's desire for freedom is awakened, no empire, no matter how powerful, can entirely impose its will. The Battle of Salamis will forever be remembered as one of the greatest confrontations in history, where the will for freedom triumphed over tyranny.
The Khmer Rouge regime, which lasted from 1975 to 1979, was one of the darkest periods in Cambodian and human history. Under the leadership of Pol Pot, the Khmer Rouge implemented an extreme policy of building an agrarian utopia, but in reality it led to a brutal genocide, with the deaths of an estimated 1.7 to 2 million Cambodians. The years under this regime were filled with terror, poverty, and brutality, causing an entire nation to suffer immensely. Historical background. Before the Khmer Rouge took power, Cambodia had been experiencing a period of political instability. Since gaining independence from France in 1953, the country had been mired in internal power struggles. In particular, the Vietnam War had a strong impact on Cambodia when forces from both the United States and North Vietnam intervened in the territory, causing political and social instability. In this context, the Communist Party of Kampuchea, CPK, later known as the Khmer Rouge, gradually emerged. Under the leadership of Pol Pot, the party developed an extreme ideology, following communism, but with an extreme variant that was distinctly Khmer. The Khmer Rouge believed that they could restructure the entire Cambodian society into a classless, propertyless society based on agricultural production. The Revolution and the Rise. On April 17, 1975, the Khmer Rouge captured the capital Phnom Penh and officially took control of the country. They declared the beginning of the Year of Zero, a concept that Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge leaders used to refer to erasing all vestiges of the past and rebuilding from scratch. Cities were immediately evacuated, and millions of people, from children, women, to the elderly, were forced to leave their homes and work in forced labor camps. The Khmer Rouge believed that intellectuals, service workers, and even urbanites were corrupted by capitalism and had to be eliminated or re-educated. Anyone suspected of opposing the regime was subject to torture and execution. Those who were educated, even those who simply wore glasses, were considered enemies of the regime. The Khmer Rouge advocated the elimination of all forms of education, religion, and health care, turning Cambodia into a state based entirely on agricultural labor. Forced labor policies and consequences. The Khmer Rouge's policies were based on the idea of creating a self-sufficient economy, but they were completely impractical. Millions of people were forced to work on construction sites and farms in extremely harsh conditions, with meager, inadequate food rations. Rice production targets were set far beyond the realistic possibilities, resulting in farmers failing to meet their targets and often being punished by beatings, torture, or execution. Famine quickly spread throughout the country. Hundreds of thousands died of malnutrition, lack of clean water, and disease in forced labor camps. In addition, the Khmer Rouge conducted purges, focusing on the elimination of intellectuals, monks, and ethnic minorities, such as the Cham and Vietnamese. Mass executions were carried out in so-called killing fields, where thousands were murdered and buried in mass graves. One of the most notorious sites was Tuol Sleng Prison S21, where the Khmer Rouge detained, tortured, and executed approximately 17,000 people, of whom only about 12 survived. Detainees were brutally tortured and forced to confess to crimes they did not commit, only to be killed. Extremist ideology and social experiments. Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge leaders believed that Cambodian society could be rebuilt from scratch, and that all of the country's problems could be solved by destroying the old social system. They abolished currency, closed schools, hospitals, and markets, and suspended all commercial activity. Families were seen as obstacles to building a new society. So children were separated from their parents and forced into boy soldiers, where they were indoctrinated in Khmer Rouge ideology and committed to violence. Religion was strictly forbidden, pagodas were destroyed, and Buddhist monks were forced to give up their robes or be killed. The Khmer Rouge also persecuted and murdered large numbers of Cham Muslims and Vietnamese living in Cambodia. with the intention of completely destroying these ethnic minority groups. The fall of the Khmer Rouge. In late 1978, tensions between the Khmer Rouge and Vietnam escalated into war after the Khmer Rouge repeatedly attacked Vietnamese border villages. In response, in December 1978, Vietnam launched a large-scale military offensive, capturing Phnom Penh in January 1979 and overthrowing the Khmer Rouge regime. However, Pol Pot and the remaining Khmer Rouge forces did not completely disappear. They retreated into the mountainous areas near the Thai border and continued to fight as guerrilla fighters for many years to come. Thank you for watching the whole video. If you find it interesting, please give me a like and subscribe to the channel.